Hey everybody, did you know you can go to colinmullen.com in order to get art and art prints? That's why I made the website, and I recently updated it, so there's actually new stuff on there. colinmullen.com. So real quick before we get into today's thing, I want to talk about this painting a bit. It's a cool one. I actually really like this one. A rare thing for me to say. I decided I was going to try and revisit the style that I used for Mary, if you remember that one from a while back. Really loved that piece. It sold almost immediately, and I was like, I kind of want another one of those. I'm like, okay, well, let's see if we can push the envelope a little bit further. Like, what made that piece good? And I think it's really the color palette that I chose. So I was like, okay, well, what if we add white in as well? Because I do like that color. And I think it still works. I think it's still good. So let me know what you guys think. But let's talk about this week's thing. So by far the most popular, or at least most viewed video on this channel is Why Realism Sucks. And it's talking about photorealism and how I don't really care for it being the be-all, end-all. I'll link it at the end so we don't have to go through all that again. And there's a lot of hot takes in there, but one that I keep seeing come up generally is that it's, you know, you need to know how to draw anatomy in order to do art. And I'd argue that you're not a good artist if you can't make good abstract art. And let me break that down, because a lot of people think that abstract art is bad. They see someone like Jackson Pollock and they think it's garbage. And I agree with them on Jackson Pollock. He is garbage. A lot of it, some of it, like Jackson Pollock, was literally just made to, you know, make money on, you know, oh, it's art, so we can sell it and buy it. You know, back in the day, we didn't have NFTs, so we had to make do with some rich guy's friend. Sure. But if we actually get into people who are like any good at abstract art, people who are, you know, doing stuff with abstract art that really makes it good, we can talk about why I think you need to learn abstract art as an art form in order to talk about just how you need to be good. Generally speaking, when we talk about a painting being beautiful or, you know, pleasant to look at or good, we usually describe, you know, the colors, the shapes, the elements that make up the thing. And abstract artists really figured out at one point that, well, why don't we do away with the form, the thing that, you know, you have to look at, you know, be it a person or a house or a tree or whatever. What makes this piece beautiful is not necessarily that it's representative of a thing, but that it has the colors and the lines and the shapes in the right places. And that is the core tenets of what makes abstract art good. If you can really perfectly draw every single wrinkle and pore on a famous actor's face and you could post that onto Reddit and get bazillion whatevers, good for you. I don't care. That is a time investment thing, almost more so than anything. And that's cool. I mean, it is talent. It is skill. It is a skill level to do that. But I think that something that all artists, and I can say that with some actual, you know, certainty, is that you should learn how to do abstract art to some degree. Because if you're doing anime, you may not need to actually know, you know, anatomy. If you're doing who knows, like if you're drawing cars, you don't need to know how to draw the anatomy of a human being. It has a basis in reality, and it's really nice that we can all go, okay, well, you know, you drew that human wrong because that's not how anatomy works. We can have an objective, like that's correct or not correct on it. But what's cool about abstract art is it takes all the fundamentals of art. It takes all the things that, you know, make you a good artist, all the things that go, okay, if you're going to be good at art, what do you need to do? People ask for like tutorials on how to do art, and there's so many different variables in like, what are you trying to do with the art? Are you trying to be a professional artist? Are you just doing it for fun? Are you trying to be a comic book artist? Are you trying to do realism? Are you trying to, like, what are you trying to do? Like, there's too many variables as far as like what people want as far as tutorials go, which, by the way, if you want a tutorial on something, please let me know so that way I can make more videos that help people out. I know a lot of people have been requesting videos on, you know, how to do stuff, like tutorial style videos, and it's just like, well, what do y'all want to learn? What do you need to learn? And I think that, you know, one of the things that we need to talk about is obviously abstract art, is that understanding how to do color balance, how to balance an image with different things, being able to weight the image correctly, being able to use contrasts and colors and values in ways that are interesting, where it's not dependent on the subject. It's just a skill level thing to know where these things are supposed to be. That being able to make a really good abstract painting, I think, is a higher skill ceiling than drawing a photorealistic representation of a person, because it takes all of the fundamentals. It's not a dedication of time and practice as much as it is an understanding of the skills beyond just having the time to do a thing. So yeah, I think that abstract art is something that you need to know. You don't need to know anatomy. Not necessarily. Depends on what you're trying to do, but you definitely need to know how to make good abstract art. And in order to know good abstract art, you need to know the basic stuff that makes art good, that makes things pretty or not. And if you want to subvert expectations and make something that's like ugly, that's cool too. You want to be able to do that on purpose though. And part of that is understanding what makes things beautiful as well, right? So, yeah, no, I think the skill ceiling for making good abstract art is much higher, because I've seen a lot of bad abstract art. I've seen a lot of good photorealistic art. And I can tell you, I'm more impressed by someone who can do good abstract art than someone who can make good photorealistic art, because I will immediately scroll past that on my feed and I don't care, like whatever. But an abstract piece of art, something that's really beautiful, like the colors really pop, that's where it's at, man. That's really where it's at. Anyway, if you disagree with me, go ahead and throw your reasonings why down in the comments. I don't want to just hear, you're wrong. I want to hear some constructive feedback, Anyway, I need to thank the people on patreon.com/RevScarecrow. There's a link down in the description if you want to join them. But $5 or more gets you access to the Discord, as well as a thank you in the credits here. And $10 or more, I'll make a little video for you if you send me your art. I'll tell you, critiques of things that I think you can improve on if you're interested in that. Anyway, let me thank those people at the $5 or more tier, starting with my mom and dad. Thank you guys. I love you guys so much. I have cool parents, you know that? Thank you, Wapfu. Thank you, Top Houndor. Thank you, Tiffany. Thank you, The Drunk 2010. Thank you, Terry Maverick. Thank you, Snoutpunk. Thank you, Skelecorgi. Thank you, Mortis Natus. Thank you, Micah. Thank you, Maliciousness. Thank you, Lexicino. Nailed it. Thank you, Kayla Hollinger. Thank you, Gala. Thank you, Dragon. Thank you, Chiptune Glitch. Thank you, Bubba Fair. Thank you, Bep. Thank you, BD648. Thank you, Andy. Thank you, Amber. And thank you, Ants! Well, anyway, I hope that this video helped you see abstract art in hopefully a new light and helped you maybe appreciate it a bit more. And we'll talk about it down in the comments. How about that? I'll see you guys in the next one.